Hello YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home, and DIY projects every single week. If you've been following along on the channel, you know that I'm currently working on the basement, and more specifically, I'm building out my workshop. So I just finished everything that you see behind me, and this week we're going to be working on a DIY workbench. You might have caught that in my last video. I said that I was going to have 2 workbenches. So one is right behind me, and then the other we're going to DIY. I'm on the hunt for an old dresser that we're going to customize and transform into a workbench. It's going to be functional and stylish, and it's just going to be the perfect place for all of my future projects. And it's definitely going to be an upgrade from that folding table that you guys have seen me use time and time again. We are officially getting rid of that. And I also want to thank Love Bonito for sponsoring today's video. I'm so excited to show you guys the new pieces that I just got in. I'm actually packing for a trip right now, so I'm going to show you guys what I plan on bringing. But for now, let's find this dresser and go pick it up. So I basically just typed in dresser when I was on Facebook Marketplace in hopes of finding a pretty basic looking one that I could modify. So I was just looking for something simple with rectangular drawers. Luckily, I was able to find a bunch of different options, and I wanted something that was preferably under $100 and also made from a sturdy material like wood and not something like particle board, since I will be working on this a lot. It definitely takes a little bit of patience when you're buying online, so I made sure to message a bunch of different sellers in hopes of landing one at a great price. Okay, so I just found 2 that I really like and I messaged them. Hopefully they get back to me and we can pick it up today. All right, so good news, the seller got back to us. I found a $40 dresser and we're about to go pick it up. Hopefully it is in good condition. There was literally 1 photo of it and it really was not the best photo. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this looks as good as it does online. Let's see how this goes. I had to change it because I spent like an hour cleaning this thing and it looks a lot better, but there were so many cobwebs. And even though I sprayed it and cleaned it really well, it still kind of has that thrift store smell, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But she is here and I'm really happy with this piece. Here is a closer look. I love that it has a very minimal profile, so there's nothing on the sides here, which makes it easier to customize. And of course, I love that there are 9 drawers, so it kind of gives you that file cabinet vibe. I wasn't sure if each one of these were individual drawers when I looked at the listing because it didn't say, but it is 5 different drawers. So there's these 2, which are the single ones. Then these are doubles right here. And then the bottom is actually a triple. So I actually kind of like that way I can put larger items in these drawers over here, but still kind of get that file cabinet / apothecary vibe. So I'm really digging this. You probably already noticed that there is a random different knob over here and then that one as well. So I'm totally fine with that because we're going to fill up the holes anyways. And if you notice this line right here, that is actually from the wheels underneath. So what's really cool is that there are 4 wheels. So I was able to move this back and forth pretty easily, but it is leaving a mark on my floors, so I'm not going to keep those. I wasn't planning on it anyways because I want to put casters on here that will lift this up a little bit and also will lock, so I won't be keeping those. But overall, I'm really happy with this find. Like, this was only $40 and it is still in very good condition. Just is a little bit rough cosmetically, but everything works pretty well, and since it is going to be a workbench, I'm going to be beating this up anyways, so I'm super happy with this. As I mentioned, I did prep it by vacuuming it, but it obviously needed even more cleaning, and this is a really important step with any secondhand furniture piece, just because you really don't know how much dirt and grime is on there, and as you can see, there was a lot of it on this piece. The seller that I bought this from actually just bought a duplex, so the previous owner left all of this furniture, and that's how I was able to get it at such a good price. And with most things that come a little bit cheaper, you do have to put in a little bit more elbow grease, but it is totally worth it. With this piece, I just wanted to knock off the shine and also give our paint something to stick to, so I'm going to sand the entire thing as well as all of the drawers. Whenever you're refinishing a piece of furniture, a lot of the work is really in the prep, which includes sanding, so make sure you don't skip this step. I decided just to hand sand it because I didn't want that much dust flying around, and I really didn't need to take a whole lot off, so I ended up using a drywall sander all over. And before moving on, you want to make sure that you wipe off all of that dust, and I also cleaned it one more time with a TSP substitute and let it dry down completely. I'm gonna add some storage to the side of the table with some trim, and this is such an easy little hack. This is gonna act like a shelf to hold some flatter items like sandpaper or notebooks, or even to hang things off of the rail, and all you need are some brad nails just to keep everything in place. I also want to give a huge shout out to Tots and Timber on Instagram for this idea. She flipped an old dresser for her workbench, and I just thought that was so genius. So of course I had to do the same thing for my workshop, and I just love that there's so many ways to customize it and make it completely your own. Not to mention, this was such a great budget-friendly option because finding this for $40 is such an incredible steal, and that way I'm able to save a little bit of money and set that aside for customizations. So you're gonna see all the ways that I add to it to really make it my own. My package from Love Bonito just got here, and I'm so excited to be partnering with them on this video. They're today's video sponsor. I've actually been a fan of Love Bonito for a really long time. I first saw them through some of my favorite fashion influencers, so when they reached out to partner up with me, I of course said yes, so I'm going to show you a few of their pieces. This came just in time because I'm actually refreshing my closet right now, especially for the new fall season. It's probably my favorite season for fashion just because you're layering items, and I of course love neutral, warm tones. If you're new to Love Bonito, they do some really good classic pieces. Everything I have from them is super stylish and also timeless, so you're able to wear this season after season. And they're really focused on solving daily problems, so with women's clothing, sometimes it's hard to find a fully lined item. So on their shop, I noticed that they have a lot of fully lined tops and dresses, as well as bottoms and also pockets. So functionality in your clothes is really important to you. Definitely check out Love Bonito. So if you're looking for workwear or maybe a party dress or outerwear or even loungewear, they have so many amazing pieces to choose from. So here are all the pieces that I chose. I'm going to try them on and show you guys, and I can't wait because they honestly look amazing. Okay, so this is the first piece. It is called the Arinola jacket, and I love it. This crop is so flattering, especially if you're a shorter person like I am. I just love cropped items because it makes you look a little bit taller. The material on this feels so nice, and I just love this so much. I just threw it on top of what I'm already wearing today, and I think it looks so much more stylish and ready for fall. This next piece is definitely a new favorite. I've been on the hunt for a trench jacket for so long. They have so many on their site, but I chose this one, and I think it is so perfect. Like, look at the length on this. I love this piece because you can dress it down like I am here with just some sneakers, jeans, and a hat, or you can also dress it up by putting a dress underneath, and it makes you look so much more put together. I am officially obsessed with this trench jacket, and I just can't wait to wear this outside. For this outfit, I wanted to show you how I would dress up the trench jacket, so I put on the Zariel pleated skirt, and I think this is officially the nicest skirt that I have in my closet. This is such a classic piece, and it is fully lined. I think the material just feels so good. And something that I've seen on their website that no other brand does is that they have a full section with the sheerness, if it has pockets, and if the piece is fully lined, so you have no surprises when you get the piece. And this honestly is going to be my go-to fall outfit. I could definitely wear it during the day and then transition to nighttime, and I just cannot wait for fall weather, you guys. If you're looking to upgrade your closet with Love Bonito, make sure to click on my link down below. You can click on my link down below and use the code LBXTinaLay, and that will get you 10% off of your first order of $130 or more. I'll have all that info linked down below for you guys, but again, that is the code LBXTinaLay, and that'll get you 10% off of $130 or more. Plus, if you're a new customer, you can join the LB Community Plus, and they'll send you a $15 off welcome gift card off of a $40 purchase, and that is going on now until the end of the year, so don't miss out on it. I will have all the info down below. Okay, so here is my current plan. I'm going to put these pegboards on both sides, so it's gonna look something like this, and then on the bottom here, this is gonna be a little ledge shelf situation. I'm gonna attach this part right here as well, but I'm gonna do that later because it's going to be a lot harder to paint once I put this in, so I'm going to paint everything before I add This little rail here, it's gonna be the perfect place to put little books or sandpaper or whatever I want over here. So I think that worked out really perfectly. And now I'm gonna work on the countertop. So I have a piece of plywood right here. The edges are unfinished, so I do have a bunch of leftover trim that is the same width that I'm going to finish it off with. So it's gonna sit right on top like this, and I'm just going to miter all of them. After cutting everything down, we're going to attach the trim to the plywood. So I'm just using some wood glue and then brad nailing it into place. This is not only going to hide those unfinished edges, but it's also going to give us a little bit more surface area to work with. I did debate on getting a butcher block for this project just to give it more of that luxe look, but I just wanted to do a budget-friendly option and went with the plywood. You could also add some wider trim here to make it look a little bit thicker, but I'm just using what I have, and this way I can use up some of those scraps. After that's all in place, I'm filling up all the holes and gaps with wood filler, and to finish it up, you just want to make sure to sand everything down. With any furniture project, we have to prime the surface first, so I'm using a primer by Kills, and this is going to be the base. You can definitely do 2 coats here, but I ended up just doing 1. We are just about ready to paint, but I wanted to show you guys the inspiration behind the colors. So this is a really popular storage unit that is sold by Urban Outfitters. It's a piece that I've always loved, but I just have never brought myself to buy it. Plus, I don't think they sell it anymore, so I'm going to take inspiration from that and basically do the drawers in a light tan color, and then the outside I'll do black. And what's perfect is I already have these colors, so I didn't have to go out and buy extra. So for the actual dresser base, I'm using a black paint around the entire thing. This is a furniture paint with a semi-gloss finish, so that's going to make it easier to clean down the line. And as for the drawers, I'm using a paint that I already had from the bathroom vanity makeover. I really love how that project came out, so I wanted to use the same paint here. It's such a great neutral color and just works perfectly for that Urban Outfitters look. And I'm basically doing 2 coats to get an even finish. I also have gotten a few questions on the roller I use when I paint furniture, and I just use a high density foam roller. I find that this gives me a pretty smooth finish, but if you're looking for the smoothest finish, I would definitely recommend sanding in between coats. Personally, I'm just way too lazy to do that, especially for a piece like this that I know is going to get a lot of wear and tear, but it is all up to personal preference. Okay, these are looking so good, you guys. I really love the drawer color. I think it came out perfect. It's nice and creamy, and it's gonna look amazing against that. I'm gonna focus my attention over here now because we really need to put the new wheels on before I can even get any of this stuff in there. So I'm going to flip it over, add those on, and then put on the finishing touches on this before we move on.
I feel like I'm like in a lab experiment.
Because of all the plastic.
Yeesh.
How am I I gonna get in there? All right, so before we put in the countertop, I want to make sure that I get my wheels in. So as you can see, there were the previous wheels, but they were just not working, so I just removed those completely. And working with a small space means that I have to have versatility in my furniture pieces. I want to be able to move them around, so adding casters with brakes is going to allow me to do that. And you'll see here that the bottom of the dresser has a little bit of a lip, so I'm going to level out the bottom with a few 2x4s. I'm just screwing and gluing them together, and that way I'm able to add in all 4 wheels in each of the corners. You guys, this is looking so good. I think that this is really becoming the perfect workbench, and I'm gonna go ahead and just customize the sides here. So I have this hanging rod. I'm gonna put it on the side here. It also comes with some S-hooks so I can hang stuff off of, or I can just put my safety goggles on here, so it's super handy. And then underneath that, I'm actually gonna put the pegboard, so it'll sit somewhere down here, and then I can add all the hooks onto that. This is starting to come together so nicely, and the next thing I'm doing is just to add a gold rail to one of the sides. This is going to act as hanging storage, so I'm going to put my goggles here, but it also comes with S-hooks so you can add on anything that you'd like. Pegboards are a tried and true solution for workshops for a reason, and these ones just fit so perfectly on the side of the workbench. They already had a spacer built in, so all I had to do was to screw it into place, and I'm going to put these on both sides. These were also really inexpensive, and I also got a little accessories pack to go with it, so if you're looking for something similar, I will link this down below for you guys. We are almost at the finish line, guys. I just have to put the knobs onto the drawers here. So I got these really cute label ones. They're going to give me kind of apothecary vibes / a file cabinet feel, which is definitely what I'm going for. So I made my life a little bit easier by making myself a template with some cardboard here. That way I can just line it up on each one of these and then just mark it off exactly where I need it to go. It's gonna make my life a lot easier and also go a lot faster. So a template is definitely the way to go, especially if you have any knobs like this where there's 2 of them. I cannot get over how cute these handles are. They are exactly what I was looking for. I just love the whole apothecary vibe. I've always wanted something like this in my home, so I'm glad that I'm able to DIY it. And I also want to note that they came with these teeny tiny screws, so I'm not sure how well these are going to hold up, especially if you put a lot of weight in the drawers. So we shall see how they hold up. I will definitely update you guys. But overall, I think these really just complete the whole look of the drawers. It gives me that vintage vibe I'm looking for, while also being super functional to organize all my supplies. That looks so good. These drawers honestly turned out perfect. I'm gonna put the rest in, and then I'm also going to put all the pegboard accessories up and then maybe organize inside a little bit, and then I can finally show you guys the final look. You guys, this dresser has gone through a complete 180. I honestly forgot what it looked like before. It was just so dusty and musty, but with a little DIY magic, I knew that I could turn it into the perfect workbench. And without further ado, here is the after. Okay, you guys, do you love it or do you love it? Please let me know in the comments what you think. I just can't believe how well this thrift flip turned out. I did want to give you a little bit of a closer look so you can kind of see the organization and get any ideas, and also give me some ideas because I'm still trying to figure it out. So everything here is grab and go, and I definitely needed a spot for my measuring tape because I always lose that. So I love that I'm able to just put it right here and then place it back and know exactly where it is at all times. I ended up putting sandpaper down here just because it's easy just to grab it, get what you want, and then put it back in. So I love this little DIY here, super easy to do. On the other side, I kept it pretty simple, so I have my goggles over here. I always need a pencil, I just don't know where to put it, so I thought that these hooks were just perfect for placing it quickly. Even though it's totally not meant for this, it's working pretty fine, so I think I'll keep it that way. And down here, I just have some clamps, a speed square, and then a little chisel here. This is mostly just woodworking stuff that I need all the time, so I thought I would just put it on this. And moving on to the drawers, I am so happy with these. I don't know if I actually want to put labels in them or not. I like the look of it without labels, but let me know what you guys think. This one right here is actually empty, which is great because then I can put more stuff in here and grow into this. So I'm glad that I have an empty spot. This first drawer just has my Craig jig items, so I just have my little kit here, some of the screws as well as the clamp, and that makes it easy just to grab and go. And then over here I have my sanding supplies, so the gloves that I use, I also just put my sander in there. I thought it'd be easier, especially since this is a corded item. I can't really hang it up anyway, so this is perfect. This drawer just has some screws as well as some wood glue. I just figured that I always need wood glue whenever I'm screwing anyways, so I might as well put it in here. But as you see, I kind of did it in a workflow, so the top would be, you know, sanding and prep, and then in these two drawers, it's kind of assembly, so that is kind of my thought process there. And then this last drawer is just all of my painting supplies. Lots of rollers. I usually just have them all over the place, so it's great that I could see everything that I have and just grab and go quickly. And then little foam rollers for cabinet and furniture painting, more trays and drop cloths as well as stir sticks. So everything that I need to do a paint project. Okay, I'm actually so in love with how this came out. It really did come out so much better than I thought it would. And I really hope it inspires you to take something old and just turn it into something beautiful. I just cannot wait to work on the new workbench. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. There's still so much more to come in building out this workshop. Like, I have that whole room over there that I still have to do. I hope you guys are excited, and if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe down below so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram if you haven't already. I basically post on there every single day. Thank you so much for watching and being on this whole journey with me. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!